I know LCQ NA's this weekend.
It is? Thank God.
I think. I
Well,
think it's Saturday.
Oh my God. The
Yeah,
LED lights are
it's
making my
wait.
teeth.
Is it? No, sorry.
Yeah.
LCQ NA is next Saturday. I think this Saturday is EU.
Ooh.
Because it's weird. It's Championship Saturday instead of Sunday.
So July 26th is EU, is what it says on Wikipedia.
Oh, is it also the? Wait, seriously? Duh. Bro, it is. Okay, so now there's nothing. Is there nothing this weekend? Okay. So MENA's just this weekend. Is it MENA in South America this weekend then?
It might be it. That might be it. I'm double checking right now, but we'll be.
Let's see. Oh no, MENA's. Or sorry, Sam is the Friday before. Next Friday, like not this coming Friday, but next Friday. So MENA's the only one that's
July
this weekend?
July 23rd is MENA.
Oh my. Okay, so we have MENA championship Thursday MENA, championship Friday Sam, championship Saturday NA, and championship Sunday EU is next week for LCQ. Good Lord.
Let's go.
The people are being fed. Let's go.
So then next week, what do we just wait? So we're doing previews now, but previews
MENA's
would
this
be
weekend
next
too.
week.
No, MENA is definitely not this weekend.
Yeah, no, that's what it says on Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's like
not again.
Wikipedia says July 23rd. So unless they're talking like, is he speaking like EWC maybe? Oh, no, they're done. Yeah, right. Okay, there you go. I right. I can read.
Yeah, we'll find out. But here we are. Hello and welcome back to the Boost Overball podcast. To listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kyle, K-Cube in the top left, in the top right is Red, and in the bottom is Quilli. How's it going, gentlemen?
Going good.
Chefing up some Greek yogurt right now.
Oh, full. What kind of
unflavored?
Unflavored. I put berries and nuts in it.
Okay.
I was that just involves stirring in berries and nuts. That's what.
A lot of stirring. This will be pink very soon.
All right.
Big wins. But on today's episode, we'll still be talking about LCQ, but this week it's Worlds LCQ. We now know which teams have made the top 6 for EU, SAM, MENA, and NA. We'll recap what teams are, where they're at, how they got there before giving our thoughts and analysis on each region's bracket. And then we will end, as always, with our weekly Quilli Movie Club and Quilli question. So we got a lot of ball to talk about, and then we'll have a weekend off from RLCS at least, and then we will be back at it the weekend after for the gauntlet of LCQ champions: Thursday MENA, Friday SAM, Saturday EU, and Sunday NA, or Saturday NA, Sunday EU. My bad. So a lot of broadcasts there, a lot of LCQ champions. We'll figure out, who's going to play whom in the bracket, and we will go from there. But starting us out, let's go to EU, and let's talk about our teams. And, we don't know the full playoff bracket because we've only made it to the top 6. So let's go through some of these group stage matchups. Let's start out with Group A. Coming out of the upper bracket in Group A are KDOP Corp and Mate Itapa. And from the lower bracket, we have Team BSK and Magnolia. One notable miss. Maybe they're cursed. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's GK. GK dropped 3-1 in the upper semis to KDOP Corp. And then they dropped 3-1 to Magnolia. I don't know if you guys all watched that series, but Magnolia had maybe one of the most insane 0-second goals I've seen in a long time. They kept it up for 30, 45 seconds, Magnolia did, to get the equalizer, and then they went on to win the series in overtime a few minutes later. But Red, did you have any takeaways from this Group A that we've seen?
I mean, obviously the easiest thing to pick out would be GK. I mean, oh my God, GK fans. If there are any left, shambles, absolute We're talking like Chicago White Sox level shambles at this point. Like we're just depressed. I mean, I'm sure people saw Tempo's tweet. I feel really bad for the guy, but he essentially came out and was like, I guess I just make all my teammates place the worst they've ever placed on me. And I feel for him. It's a tough thing mentally to go through, to keep going through these team changes and be like, all right, maybe this time it'll be the case, but just you get a tough draw. You end up having to face Magnolia, who although Magnolia started really slow, losing 3-0 to PCS Stride. I mean, they just kind of found their next gear and just kind of pushed it to its limit. And GK. Ah, do we see now here's a question I have for you guys, because now GK being eliminated, do we see them fully drop roster and pick up whoever makes it through LCQ that if they aren't on org?
I think they're gonna keep tempo.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are they? I think they've learned their. I think they just gave the reins to Tempo, and they got the worst placement they had in an LCQ where none of the top teams are there. Literally none of them. They were the top team there. They're one of the only orgs other than like Novo, and I think that's it in the mix.
BSK.
I think.
Yeah, BSK.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but like the notable orgs, like those are the only ones remaining, and they put the reins on Tempo, and unfortunately, his tweet isn't too far off. It seems, I don't know. I mean, obviously, we're not just going to blame him because that just seems a little harsh. But yeah, that's definitely not the performance in an LCQ. Again, none of the top teams were there. There are 5 of the top EU teams missing because they're all already going to Worlds. And they went out not even top 12. That is harsh. I don't imagine Tempo is the guy they're going to keep building around. And I will just say this all stems back to them dropping Seiko. Circling it back. Quilli in a Boston hotel bed knew more ball than the freaking guys at GK. Thank you very much. I'll take the credit for that one.
But my thing, along with, and it kind of goes along with what you said, right? But all of the top teams, and different this season, the top 5 EU teams are all solidified. They're not making a roster change right now. But I'm also looking towards the offseason, and even if an EU team, as is, wins Worlds, they're all blowing that shit up. That's what they always do, right? I think we've said that Zen might go to KC potentially, or
I feel like that's like an 80, 85. I feel like we're hitting pretty sure numbers at this point.
But I mean,
don't scare me.
if they all blow it up, then why does it matter if you build around Tempo, right? I think Tempo's a fantastic player. I think that it did not work for him in LCQ. I think that it did not work for him on GK with Joyo and Appjack. I don't know if, the style of play that they're asking him to play is what he's best suited for, but we certainly saw him, he did good enough to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
But it's
also very storybook written that they lose to Joyo.
Yeah.
In his new makeshift roster. Like, that's just storybook ending, final page. Like,
yeah, for
good
sure.
Lord.
But I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I am intrigued, to say the least, at what GK will do, because they're going to keep their roster for EWC, right? Just its points, regardless of, even if you don't like win any games, right? You still place. But yeah, I mean, even in a tournament where there's no, quote unquote top dogs from EU, and you still can't make a top 8, that's pretty bad. But, moving over into Group B, coming out of our upper bracket is No Balls, Just Chase, and Triple Pop. And through the lower bracket, we have Emperex Esports and Valair. And for people who are wondering, what are these teams? Mady Tapa from Group A is AJG Dorito Atomic. Triple Pop is Osaft, Motion, and Bibaba. KDOP Corp is Joyo, Raziers, Radosin. Valair is Crispy, Tox, Growly. No Balls, Just Chase is Prosy, Coco, and Shark. And Magnolia, Rise, Toxic, Yujin. I think that's everybody.
No.
So, Some names that you've heard before, and some names that you certainly have not heard before. A great showing from No Balls Just Chase, and from Triple Pop. Some new names, but I mean, this is kind of what happens when you take the top 5 teams out of EU. There's opportunities for other players that normally wouldn't be there to be there, and unfortunately for Novo, they dropped 3-0 to Emperor X Esports, and they dropped 3-2 to Valair. So that is a roster that we had potentially picked out as being one to look for, and that did not happen. But other than that, were there any surprises for you guys out of this group? It kind of seemed to me like Group A was more the one with the surpririzes.
Did
I mean,
mention,
I think-
did you mention Novo?
Yeah, Nova,
like
Nova
Nova
went out
going-
to Emperor X and then Valair in
like,
straight series.
Novo also going out disgustingly early is a huge shame. Nico, I mean, it was last year he was the prodigy, the Danish prodigy, I believe, if I do remember where he's from.
Yes, sir.
Europe's a big blob, to be honest. But he's supposed to be the next up, and to get swept in uppers and then to go out in 5 to Valair. Another situation of an org that just is struggling to find who to build around. Obviously, I think obviously I compare everything to like NBA or NFL. Like this is like a small market team. This is like it's hard to sell high end players on. So they're working with what they can. But again, this is LCQs, and to be going out this early is just so heartbreaking for the org, and it really leaves them in like a really confusing spot of, if we can't do this here, what are we? Or we can't do this in this situation. What are we going to do next season when all the big fish are back in the pond? So it's really confusing. I'm not envious of the people in charge of picking who's on the roster, but circling back to me, don't say go ball. Maybe it'll give me a spot. Maybe give me a shot. Maybe I can pick it. Maybe I can throw some darts and land you a great team in EU.
Yeah, I mean, Nova was by far the biggest surprise for Group B. The other, I think, surprise we can add in there is, partially I do have to shout the org out, is Volare or Valair. They are a rematch org. That's the only reason I know them. I know actually I know the org owner, and I spoke with him decently. But so glad to see them succeeding. I mean, they had a heck of a run to get there. Losing out early to Triple Pop, who was one of the teams to make it through uppers, but then knocking out Novo in 5, and then beating TT Tinos in the lower bracket semis is huge. We'll get to the first stage of the playoffs as well, but that's a fantastic pickup by the org to be able to just snag a team, and now you're secured a top 8 and results pending for what we're about to talk about here soon.
Speaking of playoffs, moving into our playoffs, in our upper bracket quarterfinals, we have KDOP Corp taking down No Balls Just Chase 4-3, and we have Mate Itapa taking down Triple Pop 4-2. And then moving through the lower bracket, we have Magnolia sweeping Emperor X Esports 4-0, and we have Valair or Volare taking down BSK in 7. So that is where the bracket halts. We have No Balls Just Chase playing Magnolia in our lower bracket quarterfinals. The winner of that will take on Mate Itapa in the semis, and we have Triple Pop and Valair or Volare, and the winner of that will get to play KDOP Corp in the lower semifinal bracket. And then that'll be our top 4, and we'll crown a champion from there. So there were some crazy runs here. It's kind of interesting to see AJG in a top 6 again. It's been a while for him. KDOP Corp looks pretty dangerous. I thought that they've looked as good as they have in a while. Radosin is certainly back. I think adding Raziers to that roster has really kind of helped the floor. Raziers has kind of popped off this year in general with his full field carry at FIFA E, and he's kind of continued on that upward trajectory despite him being a quote unquote older professional Rocket League player. So we'll have to see how they can do, but for me it comes down to Mate Itapa and KDOP Corp and Magnolia. I'm not sure if you guys agree on that, but those are kind of my 3 teams that I'm looking at. But really, can Mitzer do it when it matters most? Can Rise continue the form that he's been on? we saw him hitting ceiling resets and, kind of plays that we did not see him make at all during his time in NA. So I think Rise will be the X factor for Magnolia. But if I had to pick a team to take it home, I think I would take KDOP Corp. Quilly, what about you?
I think it's going to be. All right, so it's really confusing because how brackets. It's usually a flop. If Magnolia wins, do they play mate?
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
they'll play Mate Safa.
I always think that, and they're like, no, the bracket clearly flips there. If you look at the lines, the imaginary lines that they throw in there, I've got to double check that. I think we're going to be getting Magnolia KDOP Corp grand finals, and my pick is going to be Magnolia taking it, just because I still love Rise. Rise is still the GOAT in my opinion. Maybe the Yujin Hero Ball will pay off.
More so than the FK Hero Ball.
That's a complete.
Is Yujin EU first killer?
No.
Without the regional wins.
I feel like there's like a very, very large gap.
He's Dollar Store first killer.
If Dollar Store had a Dollar Store brand, the Wish version of Dollar Store version of him.
Wish first killer.
Oh my god.
What you ordered and what they sent you?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm probably in a similar boat. I'm thinking Magnolia. I'm thinking KDOP Core Grand Final. I'm gonna probably be taking KDOP Core just because I think it would be hilarious to have KDOP Core and Carmine Core at Worlds. That would be awesome. Also, it gives Radosin a chance again to do the funny bit of beating Vitality again.
He loves playing his old orgs.
So I absolutely want to be there to see it again. I think KDOP Core will take the win, although it will be. I think it will be very close because as we've seen, KDOP Core will kind of occasionally play down to their opponent. They go to 5 with the bricks in Group A. They go to 7 with no balls, just chase. Which again, I'll say the roster. You're not gonna know anyone on this team. It's Prosy, the Swiss, Coco, the Spaniard, and Shark, the Irishman. I believe that's the Irish flag. Yeah. So you tell me you've heard those people, I'm going to call you a liar. But they're playing. They've came to play. So we could absolutely see KDOP Core, maybe play down to the lower level of the team they're playing against. Whoever wins between Triple Poppin and Volare, I could easily see giving KDOP Core very much a run for their money, and then who knows what happens in the grands.
Yes, sir. I do think if Radosin makes it to Worlds, I do think the team with the target on their back will be Ninjas in Pajamas. Because they were very much running with the Bobby the Gator bit for a long time after releasing Radosin. That's not their bit to run with. That's his. So I think he's got to get vengeance for Bobby.
Has to.
Or Bobby Jr.
Has to.
Yeah.
And he can confidently wear the PSG shirt now that they're, Champions League winners.
Fucking soccer ball knowledge. This is the one versatile podcast.
He won't be wearing the French jersey though. Not after today.
I called the all Spanish final in a couple of group chats of mine, so we're all Spanish speaking final. Sorry, let me reiterate that one.
The Telemundo broadcast about to go crazy.
we already know Messi and Argentina have plot armor. I don't know why people are so surprised.
I mean, yes, but also at the same time, like it's Messi. He's just the GOAT.
Yeah. But
listen, I'd rather it's two evils. I'd rather anyone than England.
It's not coming.
Also agree.
I will be the one to say it. It's not coming home. It's not coming home. It's not coming home.
If it comes home,
it's not.
I cry. Please.
Fight me on that. We'll lose to Belgium, and I'll eat that. That was a horrible game, and not anything like I would have wanted.
Soccer's like a 5th most important sport in our country, man. It's like this. If it was the number 1 sport in our country, we would be smoking everyone.
Can you imagine LeBron playing soccer?
Can you imagine LeBron in net?
He is not.
Kyrie Irving at center midfield. Come on. dribbling around.
They are,
He would be Messi.
They are not built for that sport.
I was about to say
They're-
Wemby, but Wemby is not U.S.
He might be a GK.
No, he definitely would,
Yeah.
but he's also French. So
Oh, he's also French. Yes.
Yeah.
oh my, Julio Jones in net would be insane.
Larry
give me
Fitz. Give me the sports science Larry Fitz. He could guard an entire 2-car garage.
No, give me Antonio Brown as my center back because he's going to be the crash out. He's going to be the guy that's going to break someone's leg.
You're telling me Aaron Donald wouldn't be a phenomenal center defensive mid?
No, because he would get outran, bro. He would step on the ball and pop it, bro.
You're
Speaking
telling
of Aaron
me
Donald, Aaron
you're
Donald
looking-
back to the Rams?
I was
Question
gonna say,
mark?
You're
Question
looking
mark?
down the field and you see at CB, you see Myles Garrett just standing there, all
Menacingly.
6'5", 280.
No, okay, yeah. I was like, give me him for only set pieces. Give me him for set pieces. I'm gonna put him on the PK, and I'm just gonna send it across, and he's going to win every single time.
Yeah. And then we have Jason Sudeikis as our head coach. Give us
Yes.
Oh.
Coach Lasso.
Ted. Yes, sir.
Wow, we got off topic so quick. But is there anything else that you guys wanted to add on EU before we jump over to Sam?
I think we about covered everything.
Okay. Well, moving over into Sam, we will talk about the groups one at a time again. And from Group A through the upper bracket, we have Fofuchos and Big Odes. And from the lower bracket, we have Twitter and Pitbulls. A lot of these, Big Odes, Fufuchinos, Pitbulls, Twitter, these are teams that we've seen before in MENA kind of fighting for that top 8 spot. It's so clearly been Furia, Secret, well, not Secret anymore, but, BS Plus, the big names in Sam that we've seen so far.
Bro's forgetting the 2 seed. MIBR.
They are the 1 seed, I believe.
Oh, I guess the 1 seed. But you did just say Furia and Secret.
I know. I don't know why I said Secret. I just,
No, yeah, bro's back to last season.
back to Raleigh. Back to Raleigh.
Yeah, back to Raleigh.
But it's been those teams for so long that it almost seems inevitable that whoever makes it through Sam LCQ is not really going to do very much, because we've had, Sam not really doing very much, like in general, at least the past few events.
Well, hold on.
Boston, they did better. They've done better than they have in a long time in Boston. But I mean, realistically speaking, if Sam 1 and 2 has struggled as hard as they have, I find it very difficult that Sam 3 is going to fare better than that. But Red, were there any surprises for you from Sam Group A?
Not really. It is pretty straightforward from what I've seen of the competition. I think right now this is BS Plus competition's LCQ spot to lose. They by far look like the best team. I think a fun team to watch right now, obviously for North American fans, is Plot Twist, having the Canadian and Sosa down there, showing Sam what's worth. So fun to watch that, but realistically, it is BS Plus competition's LCQ spot to lose. They are by far the favorites. I predict them to get to grands without any trouble, and most likely win grands, only dropping a game or 2.
Yeah. Quilly?
No, pretty on the nose as expected. Sam's not as much as a toss up as the other places because
there's more of a consolidation of talent.
Yeah, it's a little bit more
big words.
Yeah, that word, that big word that he used.
that big word, that adult word.
It's a big word for Elmo.
That SAT word. Imagine I'm using those.
But I think you're right. Like, really, there no surprises there. And then moving over into Group B from the upper bracket, we have Nova Drift and BS Plus Competition, 2 teams that have been in top 4s consistently. And from the lower bracket, we have Plot Twist, which Red mentioned, and what I think is the best name of the playoff bracket, and that is Disaster Class. I just think that's funny. But like you both mentioned, I think it's probably Nova Drift. I think it's probably BS Plus competition. Those are probably, and then Big Odes are probably my 3 teams that I'd look out for. But if I'm picking a winner, I'm picking BS Plus competition. I think it's their event to lose, and it kind of shows that, as in the upper bracket quarterfinals, we have BS Plus competition sweeping Big Odes 4-0, and we have Nova Drift taking down Fofuchos 4-1, and then in lower round 1, we have Plot Twist sweeping Twitter. We have Disaster Class taking down Pitbulls 4-2. So the winner of Fofuchos and Plot Twist will take on BS Plus competition, and the winner of Big Odes and Disaster Class will take on Nova Drift. If you're picking a winner, Quilly, who is it, and why is it BS Plus competition?
No bias in here. I think it might be BS Plus competition. It's one of those regions where it's their opportunity to squander. They by far, out of the entire talent pool, they probably have the best chance, like, without a doubt. Obviously, KV1 leading the way. He is the top dog, the reigning ones champion of the region. On top of that, obviously 3 is a different game mode, but BS Plus competition had the best results all season, outside of this, regardless. Like, out of every team that's still standing or here, I think they consistently have the best results out of everyone. So it should be pretty cut and dry. If it's not them, oh well. Whoever wins is just gonna be fodder to whoever is. Maybe they'll make a good run in LCQ. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Red, anything else you wanted to add, or do you think he summed it up pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, it is BS Plus or bust.
Fair enough. Moving across the pond, except more southern pond, and that is to MENA. And so going through our groups, in Group A, coming out of the upper bracket, we have R8 Esports and NMT. And through the lower bracket, we have Clean and Serene. And then in Group B, we have, coming out of the upper bracket, Stallions and DOS. And from the lower bracket, we have Robert De Niro and HWS. So I had Sam on the brain. I almost said Roberto De Niro, but Robert De Niro. As a whole for the group stage, I mean, almost what we expected, right? Stallions 3-1, 3-0. R8 got a forfeit and then did a 3-0. Clean with a forfeit. Then they lose to NMT, but then they sweep their next opponent in lower semis. That was a team that, DOS and Clean are teams that Oof put us onto as potential dark horses. But, like, realistically, in my eyes, it's R8 and it's Stallions, and then it's everyone else. So Quilly went first last time. Red, what are your thoughts on the group stage here, and who are you looking at to make it out of MENA?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it to the T there. It's R8, it's Stallions. Those are the kind of the 2 front runners. Realistically, the dark horses that we had were Dose and Clean. I could even do a shout to NMT, but Stallions and R8 have been the most consistent of the, like, we'll call them bubble MENA teams, the ones that are just on the outside looking in. Honestly, though, when it comes to who's gonna take it all, I wouldn't be so sure. I think a little more even this time around with R8 Stallions. Kind of a clean slate. Teams have had a really long time to kind of prepare for that matchup, because if you're R8 or you're Stallions, you're kind of expecting, all right, we're gonna face these guys in grands. How do we prepare? So I think it's much more of a coin flip than people are going to be predicting for these 2 teams. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to have to go with R8 because I think they still have the edge.
Quilly?
Currently really invested in trying to figure out who would be my starting 11 in a all-American lineup for soccer. But
wait. We gotta save that for the end. That is a phenomenal bit.
That's a bit for later. That's a later bit. That's a next week bit when we don't have anything to talk about because we have to wait a week before LCQs.
Yeah, that's actually such a good. Yeah. Okay.
I already know my pick for left wing.
What? Okay.
And now striker. Now all right, I can't stop. Stallions is gonna win the whole thing. Let's give me Stallions to the
All
moon.
right.
What did you pick? R8?
He picked
Yeah,
R8.
I did.
Oh man.
It's like Quilli, the day that we see eye to eye on like a competitive region will be there'll be issues. Someone's sick,
Yeah.
someone's not feeling well.
Hey,
Yeah,
Quilly's a
that'd be the
big.
day that you guys believe in First Killer.
If First Killer has no fans, then that means Quilly is dead because there's no way you will ever not support First Killer.
Correct.
Quilly's a
I'm
big
doing my best here.
truck fan.
Yes, sir. Him and Nush. I do believe a lot in Nush. Nush, Truck, and Twiz. I mean, they all got cool names. How are you going to lose if you got cool names?
Because they don't have a coach, according to Oof.
Coach Schmoach. They got a manager. Shout out Os.
True. But
who needs a coach? They're not even playing on the field. Why are you listening to someone that's not even playing the game?
I don't know. They listen to Sathu sometimes, I think, maybe.
I don't think so. But
Yeah,
now they're
true.
playing.
But moving into our playoff bracket, we have R8 taking down DOS 4-2, and we have Stallions sweeping NMT. And then moving their way through the lower bracket, we have Clean sweeping HWS, and Sayrene beating Robert De Niro 4-3. So coming up, not this weekend, coming up but the weekend after, the winner between DOS and Clean will take on Stallions, and the winner of NMT and Sayrene will take on R8. Red has R8, Quilly's got Stallions, and I'm with Red on this one. I think it's R8. I think that their LAN experience, however small it may be, I think will be the tiebreaker here. I think that they have enough ice to at least make it to the event. You know, we rated them extremely, extremely highly coming into the event, and I think everyone came back down to earth a little bit on that. So we'll have to see how they fare compared to everyone else. But in the MENA region, I like R8, but my top four is probably NMT, R8, and then Stallions Clean. So we will have to see. But anything else you guys wanted to mention about MENA or any of the other regions before we make the jump over to NA?
All good.
Okay. As this is the region that we watched the most of, we also have, we're going to go through some things here. We now know the teams that are making the top 16, obviously, as we are now in the top 6, but we had not known that at the time of recording last week, so we will go through it now. Our teams making the top 16 from Group A are Foot Esports, Dignitas, West Coast Warriors, Next to New Esports, Kamikaze, Signature Plays from Jerbear, GGS, and Team Silenced. And from Group B, we have Gen G Mobile One Racing, XJM, M80, NTX Esports, Fortnite Flick, Spacebound Cowboys, Bums United, and Hey. So, notably, Foot Esports go 9-1 on the day, topping Group A, and Gen G goes 9-0, topping Group B. A good showing from M80, and in my eyes, at least, a surprising performance from XMJ, that being Expert, Juice, and Monk. But again, this is what happens, and I can't state this enough. You can't get, overconfident in any of the players or teams that are here because we're missing the 4 best teams from NA, right? So the teams that you're playing if you win round 1 could potentially be Foot or Gen G or Dignitas, and it's not, NRG or Shopify or Space Station or Virtus Pro. So you're dodging a lot of the good teams here, but nevertheless, it's still a good showing. But Red, what are your thoughts about the double Swiss, and are there any teams that you weren't expecting to make it that did?
Realistically, looking through here, I think anything that really stood out on teams that didn't make it, kind of expected. I will say, I was a little surprised to see Little Step Bros not get in there, especially in the LCQ. Like we clown them as much as they want. They've been making it round 5 in the normal regionals, so I was thinking that maybe they'd go at least LCQ. and do decently, but have a very tough go from what I was watching. And aren't able to quite
Tough
make.
drawing GGS round 5.
Yeah, a team that has ice. Yeah, it's Garrett and Squishy. They know how to lock in
And Gimmick.
and giving. I forget the truth and
It's
giving.
the
So yeah, I mean,
triple
yeah,
world champion team.
yeah, the triple world championship. Yeah, talk about ice. But
It's 2/3 world champion C9.
season 7, maybe 7 or 8 was it?
I think it's 8.
Was it 8? Yeah, I think it was 8. Yeah, that sounds right. Gotta dust off the archives so on. But realistically, pretty straightforward group stage from what I could see. Um, and the teams that you're expecting to demolish are demolishing.
Quilly, anything that stuck out to you as surprising or notable at least, or kind of much of the same?
Yeah, pretty much the same in terms of content. Little Step Bros going out early. That's a damper for Alpha Kept to just sit there and watch teammates carry him. But unfortunately for him, his run ends shortly. And yeah, as we're saying, horrible draw to get GGs. And I don't think it shouldn't have been. It should have been a win because I don't think they play the game that much. Squishy's kind of spends more time with Jinxie than he does playing actual rank, to my knowledge. Who knows how much Garrett plays the game?
Well, he's playing
Decent
he's
amount
playing in
still.
CRL.
I was like, he plays a
Oh,
decent amount still.
yeah, that's fair. CRL, something, but yeah, that's brutal. But they also did get absolutely pooped on by Next to New, who did pretty solid. So yeah, everything kind of went as expected. That was pretty normal. Dig though, getting a big 3-0 is pretty big for them. I feel like they needed that. Appjack needed some form of boost in morale, to say the least.
It could have gone. It couldn't have gone worse for him. At least they did better than GK.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think that you're both right. I think realistically, maybe the only team that people would have maybe expected to challenge a little bit more for a spot would have been Little Step Bros. But again, like we mentioned, a tough draw for them. And then, really, the rest kind of speaks for itself. Through Group A, from coming out of our upper bracket, we have Foot, perfect sweeping through groups, and we have XJM beating Garrett, Gimmick, and Squishy 3-1, and then beating Spacebound Cowboys 3-1. And through our lower bracket, we have NTX Esports and West Coast Warriors, who takes down Garrett, Gimmick, and Squishy in round 1 lower brackets of Group A. And then moving over into Group B, we have Genji Mobile 1 Racing, 3-1 Silent, beating Team Silence and then sweeping Fortnite Flick. And we have Dignitas 3-1ing Bums United and then taking down M80 in 5. And through our lower bracket, we have M80 who eliminates Next to New, and Fortnite Flick, who eliminates Bums United. So our 8 teams are Foot, Esports, and XJM from uppers Group A. From lowers Group A, we have NTX Esports and West Coast Warriors. From Group B, Genji and Dignitas through the uppers, and M80 and Fortnite Flick through the lowers. So is this the 8 teams that you expected, Quilly, from our group stage here? And what are your other thoughts?
Yeah. In terms of, you said the top 4 or top 6?
8.
Top 8.
Top 8. I bet I'm all over the place. I mean, I don't think it's one expected. I think obviously expected a little bit better run out of some of these teams, like Next to New. At least I did. But unfortunately, it was M80 or Next to New based off the brackets. So one of them had to go out, unfortunately. Fortnite Flick making it as far as they did. I think what is it? Flitz's first top 8 ever. Again, it's an LCQ, so all the top dogs aren't there, but still a top 8 nonetheless. Still impressive, and he still has as good a chance as anyone else does. All he's got to do is win the games, and by God, they're somehow the LCQ team. But yeah, I think it's rather interesting. I think it'll be fun. Just NA ball. Nothing
Good
beats
old
NA
NA
ball.
Yeah. Red, what are your thoughts on this top 8?
Yeah, I pretty standard. I think everyone kind of expected the Dig, Genji, Foot, M80. Those were your four teams that you're expecting to make it through. M80 a little scary, right? You pull next to New in your lower bracket semi, which of the NA teams you could have pulled, not the greatest. Um, but they
Because they're
managed to hold on and
they're one of the better teams. I would like
one of the better
say
teams.
that. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Not the greatest in the sense of if you're wanting an easy way into to the next to playoffs, that is not the team you want.
They did reverse sweep next to New as well.
Ooh, well, that is unfortunate for next year.
That is rather unfortunate.
But otherwise, I'm pretty standard. It is interesting to see Fortnite Flick in doing as well as they are. Now, you can't hate on Fortnite Flick too much because it does have Gyro on there, which the unks of the scene will know who that man is.
And Andy.
And Andy, yeah. Some old names there. But glad to see that they're still doing well. I mean, Foot. I'm pretty sure Foot might have been taking a nap during this at this point with how easy it seemed like it was for them. It generally looked like warm up scrims for them going through the group stage. Same thing for Gen G. They actually look good. And the reason I say actually is I think they're one of the bigger question mark teams in besides Dignitas in this regard of are they actually going to play good or are they not? And with Dig, I mean, we all very much questioned the Dig roster. Appjack, obviously not coming from the best of experiences, and then we've all heard the Quilli rant of 5-Up. But hey, they're getting the job done. I think that they'll win the whole thing. It's not 0%, but it's definitely less than 20.
Yeah. But moving into our playoff bracket, we have Foot taking down Dignitas 4-2, and we have Genji Mobile One Racing sweeping XJM to make it into the semifinals. And through our lower bracket, we have Fortnite Flick taking down West Coast Warriors 4-3, and M80 taking down NTX Esports 4-1. So then the winner of Dignitas and Fortnite Flick will play Genji Mobile One in the semifinals, and the winner of XJM and M80 will play Foot Esports in the other semifinal match. Now that we've made it into our top six, I feel like we can. It's much easier to kind of predict things from an NA standpoint. So let's realistically, at least for me, my top four is going to be Dignitas, Genji, M80, and Foot. Right, kind of the four teams that we picked out at the very beginning of this LCQ tournament for NA. Do either of you have any objections to that or think otherwise?
None at all.
Okay. So, of those four teams, which do you think will win, and which do you think has the best chance to make some noise and make it out of the LCQ bracket? They could be the same team. They could be different teams. I don't know.
I mean, I think the obvious one is Foot, who gave Vitality and K Corp some trouble in the main or in the LAN, the most recent one. Do we think? Are we talking about just NA or all regions?
In what do you mean?
You say to give which team gives the most troubles?
I think
yeah,
NA.
In the winner of this NA LCQ bracket goes into the World's LCQ bracket. Do you think any of these teams are capable of making any noise? And do you think
it's just in terms of NA only? I think it's just Foot. I don't think an Appjack 5-Up. Bora's never seen the light of day on land, so as much of a fun prospect as he is, it's going to be fresh legs. He's gonna make Moment, as we've seen, Moment is too big. Lights are too bright usually for the younger guys in terms of R8 SSG last season. Circling back to the usuals, but
yeah, the lights were too bright for Scribbles.
Good news.
Zach, on the other hand,
Zach's a demon.
But Red, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Foot is your favorite to win this, and do you think they can make any waves, or do you think differently?
I think Foot is by far the favorites. I think the only thing that could maybe get them by surprise is having to face M80 over like a Dignitas. I think obviously a Dignitas would be a better warm up into Grands over M80, but I'm like that's if we're nitpicking. Realistically, Foot is the best team here, and I believe they would be the team to have the best chance at doing anything come Worlds LCQ. Um, they showed that they can compete with some of the best at EU, and quite frankly, if they didn't get the one of the brackets or groups of death, I think they would have had a fantastic run at Boston. It's a very seasoned team, very veteran team, and I think that's why you can kind of see it. They are handling business. They're not doing anything crazy, but they're getting the job done, and that's all that matters. And that's why I think this Foot team will be your champion of the LCQ bracket come Saturday.
A week from Saturday.
A week from Saturday, yes.
But we have to. We've given them before, but we have to continue to give flowers to the Foot team, the Foot management, for making the double change. They forfeited their RLCS points. We were not believers. We said you brought in Chronic and Cheese. Cheese is a grape. What are we doing? Like, what is happening here? This isn't the way. They have spoken. This is the way. They did it. Like, fantastic work from them. This roster works. They look dangerous. Like you mentioned, they scared the crap out of Vitality and Carmine Corps. They almost won both of those series in groups, which could have drastically changed the outcome of that major. Like, Justin looked like he was enjoying himself again, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. We saw him smiling on a LAN. That's a terrifying sight for other teams. If Justin is smiling and happy, just imagine what they can do. So I just, like both of you, I don't see Appjack, Bora, 5-Up competing with this Foot roster, and it's not because of 5-Up. I'll say that. I think Appjack left the team for a reason. I think, Quilli, you were right on that one. I think that he should have been the one to leave, not Seiko. At this point, definitely not Seiko. But here we are. So I like Foot. I think that they can I think that they even could surprise some people and be NA5 in the main event. But also will depend on how many NA teams are in the play-in bracket. I don't know yet if they will be or not.
I mean, imagine one they pull one in. Imagine one EU, one NA goes in just purely for.
I think it's based on land placement or overall land performance. So
NA's been ass. So
SSA and OCE are automatically in the play-ins.
I'm assuming Sam, because Sam's been hot garbage as well.
So I know that those two definitely are, and then I would imagine it's probably Sam 2, and then I would imagine it's probably NA4. That seems to be where it's trending. Although it could be MENA 2. I feel like no, but it could be, which would be Falcons, I think, which is kind of funny. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be NA4, but we'll see. So we might get to see a Virtus Foot match to make it into the big main bracket for Worlds. That would be wildly entertaining, because that was the team that Foot was chasing down.
Sidebar. I just realized as well that's what's happening next week. The Oceania tiebreaker is happening next Sunday.
You're right.
So along with Championship Sunday EU, we got wildcard, power, title match, like cinema. Like, I actually might stay up for that.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. That is a great. I knew there was something this weekend. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Well, no, it's next.
It coincides everything going on next weekend.
Yeah.
Thursday to Sunday, it's cinema.
Peak
Rocket League for 4 days straight.
Great news.
So
I'm off next weekend. I get to enjoy it.
Through Swiss and groups, Foot dropped one game, and that was in round 3, Swiss to Kamikaze, and Gen G through playoffs has dropped one game, and that was round 1 groups to Team Silenced. Foot obviously dropped 2 games to Dignitas in their upper quarterfinals, but were able to win. Certainly it looks like those are the 2 teams. Like we've mentioned both of those, but they both have looked good. You both picked Foot, I believe. I picked Foot. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention about the NA LCQ before we talk about the grudge match?
No, I think realistically, again, very similar to Sam. This is Foot's spot to lose, in my opinion.
I would agree. So, we'll do a little bit of a preview. I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week as we, hear more and more about the timing and, all of that stuff. But wild card power. Best of 7 for all the marbles. And I believe it's for the world spot, for the EWC spot. And
there's a lot of money on the line here.
Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
Have the boys been in the lab? Have they been slacking off a little bit? Are they putting their 100 hours past 2? Have they not? Who do you like in this best of 7, Red?
So I wanted to pull up some stats because this is you would feel like this is a pretty storied matchup at this point, and
Gibbs is smiling and kicking his feet like he's
yes,
loving
absolutely.
This is all he's ever wanted ever in RLCS.
So a couple fun stats here of this matchup. Of the last 6, they have met 6 times in RLCS play since 2025. Of the 6 series, half of them have been Game 7 series. The series record is Wildcard 5, Power 1.
Ooh.
Now, obviously, the Wildcard Power rosters have changed a lot over those series. The ones that we care about the most right now would be 2026. First matchup was an Oceania Open number 1, Boston Major. Power wins in Game 7, 4-3. And this game, it was pretty much almost back and forth. It was Game 1 to Wildcard, 2 Power, 3 Wildcard, 4 Power, 5 Wildcard, 6 and 7 going to Power. But then Oceania Open 5 to secure the Paris Major spot for Wildcard at the time. Wildcard winning in 7. And even better, back and forth the entire series. Power wins the game. Wildcard wins the game. All the way to Game 7 where Wildcard takes it. This is as close as a matchup as you can honestly get. And if I had to pick, this has to go 7. Surely we get a Game 7. Please give us a Game 7. I beg. It would be criminal not to have Game 7 for this tiebreaker. But I have there's a little bias here, a little bias. I have to go with friend of the show, Mr. Fiber, with Power. I think Power is going to take it in 7. I like what I've seen from this Power roster more than Wildcard. Although Wildcard, I think, has the more I can't even say they have more experience. I think they have the more notable team members of the Oceanic region. I think that Power is going to take it in 7, but it is going to be a very close Game 7.
Quilly?
I'm praying it goes to 7, purely just for the entertainment value. Obviously, Game 7 always is awesome, but a one match winner takes all Game 7, cinema. It's just cinema. No shame about it. Pure bias. They got Fiber. I'm taking Power. At the end of the day, we're rooting for the big dog, so we can see him live and in person. In Dickies, just purely because it'd be cool.
The last time he was at Dickies, he did fall.
Yes.
So hopefully he can redeem himself.
He's
been working.
I would love, if they use that same walkout. He makes it a little dramatic, finds the part where he tripped and very carefully takes a step over it.
redemption
being
arc.
extra careful. It'd be so funny.
Or
That
he
was-
just goes full Odell Beckham Jr. with the net and just starts fighting it. Comes back for vengeance. Yeah, no. Obviously, Wild Card is the most known team in the OCE region, being the most notable org to keep coming out of it. They missed one this season, and it's a rare feat because they used to have two teams. They've been downgraded to one, so it's been a little bit different for the OCE region. And obviously, we know Wild Card last season made top 6 at Worlds. Was a little bit fluky because they beat Appjack on land and beat Furia, who is now possibly one of the worst teams to somehow have the greatest fall off of all time. Maybe. But yeah, they did also get absolutely dumped on once after that, for the record.
Did they win any games in playoffs? No, they didn't. But did
No,
they
they
get
didn't.
knighted by a baguette? Yes, they did.
More times knighted than they did win actual games in a series. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I think unfortunately the Unks may have their time has passed as fellow Unks. I can recognize it. Wildcard obviously one of the older teams, and Torsos is like our age.
Why did you have to do that? Torsas is 20. Torsas is 25. He will be
Ouch.
He will be 26 by the time Worlds rolls around.
How many times we gotta keep telling you this, old man? And
Wait, he'll be older than me at Worlds. Let's go.
Fever is 21, and Mr. Banana Head himself is
22.
20.
He's 20.
Dang it! Can't even have a proper beer when he's here.
I did want to look something up. So the other notable thing about this matchup, the winner is guaranteed at least $6,000. If you win this matchup, you at bare minimum, say you lose everything you play in, you are guaranteed $6,000.
What about EWC?
Oh, I guess EWC. That's for Worlds. I have to check EWC. Let me.
What's the bare minimum entry fee for EWC?
Let's go. EWC 2026.
They just give you a free free Mercedes Benz. Just hand it over. There you go.
$10,000 is last place in EWC. So this is a $16,000 matchup. It's either $16,000 or zero.
It's also minimum $16,000.
And a bunch of free flights.
It's minimum $16,000, a bunch of free flights, the chance to play for more money, or
literally nothing. Embarrassment, nothing.
Or having your roster blown up.
That too.
But give me a Gus Game 7 winner. I'm calling it.
Gus Game 7 winner. Okay.
And give me... I got it in the background. It's not exactly a power logo, but it might as well be. It's a lightning bolt. It's a LED sign. It's been there since the beginning. But again, biased, Fiber, awesome human, a lot of fun to interview and to be around. The energy is so positive and so infectious. I'm hoping he can redeem himself on a walkout at Worlds. We'd love to see it. So give me power there. So, but again, an absolute banger of a weekend for Rocket League action. So I am sure that we will be tweeting about it. We'll be talking about it, and there will be so much to talk about.
Oh, wait. I just realized something. Never mind. I did the math wrong. Because the Oceanic 1 seed is the 12th overall seed for Worlds. Meaning, just based off their qualification alone, they are in the 13 to 16 category. So that's an extra $11,250. So
Whoa.
This is now a $27,250 matchup.
The big bucks.
The big bucks. The very large dollars.
Dollary dues, if you would, for the Aussie fans out there.
Yeah.
Good
old dollary dues.
I was looking at the overall seeding because I was like, wait, because it's technically like you could technically kind of figure out who play who if they do it off of seeding, which
I think that they do.
I would assume they do, because that would mean, ouch, the Sam spot is the lowest LCQ spot, so they will be facing who's 13. NA4. So you have the Sam LCQ winner facing NA4. You have the NA LCQ winner facing APAC 1. Wait. No, sorry. Facing MENA 2.
Falcons. Woo!
Oh.
Woo!
And then you have MENA LCQ facing do the math. For APAC 1 and then EU LCQ facing SSA 1.
Man. Well, we will have a lot of time to talk about that.
Oh.
I don't want to think about it right now. It's going to make me sad. So, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about NA, SAM, MENA, or EU LCQ spots, or this absolute thriller of a tiebreaker match that we have before we head into our Quilli segment?
What was that? Repeat that question.
Anything else you want to add before we do your movie club and Quilli question?
No, I'm all good. Fiber for the culture. We'll do post win interview.
Oh yeah.
Do it. Bring it home. Now it's coming home. That's where it's coming home.
Yeah, there we go.
But we can jump straight into it. The Quilli movie review. I saw 2 movies this week. Did a double feature. Saw Jackass last
107
Best and Last. Yeah, I think what is it, like the 5th or 6th one now?
Yeah.
And then I saw right after that I saw Minions and Monsters. I will say I was not a fan of either movie. Jackass, obviously, you know what you're signing up for. You're signing up for a lot of stupid shit, a lot of pranks, a lot of mishap, you see a lot of wieners, man. I saw so many wieners. Chris Pontius, put that thing away. What the heck are we doing? Just kidding. He's a party animal. Dude knows how to party. Obviously, Jackass has made good like actual movies before. I feel like none of them have been like bad. This one, they're all old, so they're not doing anything too crazy. They did do some weird things, some wild things, but it was more going over the memoriam of everything. They were showing things that haven't been seen before. They showed stuff that you have seen before, but it was just their favorite. So just kind of just going over the history of the legacy. I don't think it did that good of a job of paying homage to everything. Like, I feel like there could have been more. I felt a little bit underwhelmed. I gave it 1.5 stars, but Johnny Knoxville, I think he's a top 3 American of all time.
All right.
You know, I think it's him and Tony Hawk. I think him and Tony Hawk are neck and neck for greatest Americans ever.
What
Following
a
up with
crazy
Minions.
list.
I was like, that's a wild list.
What? It's the 2 greatest Americans of all time.
No
Tony
Sean,
Hawk,
like Shaun White or Michael Phelps.
They're in their own class. It's a little bit hard.
Okay, it's different. Fair. Okay.
But Minions and Monsters.
Oof said
Oh, yeah.
wild list number 3, John Denver. Sorry.
Hell yeah. Now we're getting it. This is whatever you want it to be, man. But Minions and Monsters, it's a Minions movie. It's another movie. You know what you're getting. You're getting stupid. You're getting humor. I do feel like they're straying away from the Minions speaking gibberish, and it's just very much them speaking Spanish or broken English. It's Spanglish. Mostly Spanish, but a lot of Spanish. I feel like you're now starting to understand what they're saying if you have a general idea of Spanish words.
And why do you have a general knowledge of Spanish words?
Puerto Rican girlfriend, brother. I'm kidding, she doesn't even speak Spanish. I love you, honey. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I think in my opinion, she liked it. I saw it with her. She didn't see Jackass with me. Good for her, because the whole experience. But Minions and Monsters, it was fun. It was good. I think the second half was a lot better than the first half. I think the first half was a little bit slow, a little bit weird. They had 3 new minions. I do feel like could have been the same 3 minions. It would have been the same movie. I don't think them being 3. It just a little bit gave them a little bit new characters to like work with. It's like minor things. One of them's a little bit of a creative guy. The other one helps him with it and like believes in him, and also it's just like likes to have fun, just
Very
like him.
wholesome.
Yeah, it's just like the boys. It's 2 boys and just one big buff dude. So I mean, it's a minion. It's not it's really not that different. But like the second half of the movie, I thought it was great. It was fun. The main villain, it's the same guy that voiced the '80s villain in the second movie, and it was
Oh,
voiced by
okay,
Trey
yeah.
Parker. The second I heard him, I go, "That sounds like Eric Cartman." Sounds exactly like Eric Cartman the whole movie. It's so funny. If Eric Cartman had like 3 tentacles in front of his mouth that made him have a lisp, that's exactly what the voice is. So I was more laughing at that the whole time. It was pretty fun. The film is also adorable. So, I mean, it was a fun movie. I gave it a smooth 2 stars. But I mean, I feel like that's more me being harsh to it. But like I said, it took a while to get interesting, but it wasn't bad. It's a kids movie, you know. It wasn't like groundbreaking. Toy Story 5 in terms of kids movie, eons better. What a picture. But the movie coming this week, huge movie coming up this week. We got The Odyssey. I will be seeing it. I'm actually going to a dine-in theater in Philly. So if you're in Philly, don't kill me, please. But I will be there.
Don't kill me, please. Yeah, we got important things happening. Don't kill him.
Yeah, please. Wink. Yeah, no, I'm excited, very excited for that. It's gonna be a big day in Philly. We're going to see Odyssey. Odyssey, possibly movie of the year if you ignore Spider-Man coming out, and possibly Doomsday. But Odyssey, obviously, in terms of being a grandiose movie, peak. So that will be the movie of the week. I'll be seeing that Thursday. And with Quilli question, what's the best cookie? With that said, while you guys answer, I'm gonna eat my cookie.
Ooh.
So, can I interject a question before the question?
Go for it.
Matt Damon.
That's your cookie?
How much money has Hollywood spent trying to bring Matt Damon home?
Oh, yeah, I saw.
The Odyssey, Interstellar, The Martian, Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
Everybody's trying to get
good
Matt
Lord.
Damon home.
Yeah.
How much do you think
this man
they
Matt
have
Damon.
spent trying to bring Matt Damon home? In millions. Like the budget for the movie, right? Like the whole
how many movies? How many movies?
4.
The Odyssey, Interstellar, The Martian, Saving
Okay.
Private Ryan.
Okay. You said millions, so it's not a billion.
No, that is correct.
Ooh. We're gonna go 386.
Okay. Quilly?
I think it was in the 300 million. So I think 330 million.
So it would have been, however, the Odyssey had a budget of $250 million. So
Oy!
Hollywood has spent an estimated $593 million on production budgets for blockbuster films centered around bringing Matt Damon home.
Oh my god.
Jimmy Kimmel's probably pissed, dude. Leave that guy at the hang. It's the most notable beef of all time.
So these movies, according to Google AI, have been dubbed Matt Damon rescue films.
You can start your own category of just ranking your Matt Damon rescue films.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It also says fans and film critics often joke that this reoccurring cinematic theme, however, according to in-universe estimates calculated by film fans, rescuing his characters around actually amounts to roughly $900 billion when accounting for advanced space travel and military logistics.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Don't let this man leave. Keep him there.
It's like, why do we keep letting him leave?
Why is he going on Odysseys? Keep this man at home. But, sorry. I saw that on Twitter the other day, and I had to bring that up because we were talking about it. So, back to favorite cookie, you said?
Yes. What's the best cookie? Favorite cookie? Your
favorite flavor or like a specific? Like, are we getting like specific?
Whatever your little heart desires.
God, this is hard because like there's
someone
like
says
cookies,
I'm gonna go get you cookies. What do you want?
Oh,
do you want me to
you're gonna
make
give
them?
me
You want me to
cookies?
go buy
Okay.
them?
Gave me cookie, got you cookie.
Would it be crazy to say Chips Ahoy? I love Dunkin'. Oreo. Would it be
as a favorite though? As a favorite,
something about Dunkin' and
they're
Oreo
so much
and milk
better. Okay,
does something
Oreo...
spiritual to me.
Fair.
It awakens something inside of me. You soak. I used to when I was a kid. I'd dunk like 3 at a time. I'd go buck wild. 3 double stuffs, sometimes mega stuffs even. The fact that I'm not diabetic right now is beyond me.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is tough.
You know, if we're going store bought, I'm going off the board. I'm going Subway chocolate chip cookies. They have no business
Okay.
being as good as they are.
That's
I don't know why.
fair. That's
I
fair.
don't think I've ever had one. Did you get one when we got?
Yes.
Yeah, we were
Subs?
the Blizzard. Yeah,
When we were
yeah.
stranded
remember- I
forever.
don't-
Went to that sketchy Target.
we almost died.
In the Subway and then again in the Target.
And the dude yelling on speakerphone the whole time in the corner, very angrily.
That was a fever dream.
It was. It indeed was. If okay, I'll give two. My store bought and then like just homemade. Store bought favorite cookie. I gotta go with Nutter Butters.
Oh, interesting.
Love me some Nutter Butters.
I think that is also what you got.
Yep, I think you got that as a
During the
Target.
It did. It was
Before the snow apocalypse.
we went for our comfort foods, but what can we say? But homemade cookie. My wife, she loves cooking, loves baking, loves cooking. There will be plenty days where I just come upstairs. She's like, "Hey, I baked this." It's like, "Oh, okay."
All right.
I gotta go with butterscotch monster cookies.
Damn.
Mm.
That sounds good.
So good. So good. For those of you that don't know what a monster cookie is, just take everything you could think of that is a good version of a homemade cookie and combine it. That's all it is. Take your butterscotch, take your M&Ms, your chocolate chips, whatever you want. You just throw a bunch of shit on a cookie, and it's a monster cookie. But let me tell you, I will get fat off those things. Good Lord.
All right, homemade cookie. My new favorite is now white macadamia nut or macadamia nut with white chocolate covering and cranberries. A little bit of salt on the cookie.
Really?
I just that's in that box,
God.
and by God, is that glorious?
So Subway has one of those. It doesn't have the berry, but they have white
Cranberry?
chocolate. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they have white macadamia nut white chocolate chip, and that is a popular one.
Yeah, that will. And also the lightly salted on top of it, dude. Oh my God, it just does something spiritual.
Like sea salt on a
but-
fresh baked chocolate chip cookie too. Oh man, elite.
Store bought.
Elite.
It's a tie between Chips Ahoy and double stuffed Oreos, but that's purely because of the dunking. If we're taking out dunking and I'm just eating a raw cookie, give me the Walmart sugar cookie with the icing on top of it and the sprinkles.
Oh, the Tall House
The
cookie.
driest cookie of
Yeah.
all time, but by God,
The
Oof agrees with you on
it's-
that.
The freaking Toll House cookies, man. Those things are deadly. You want to eat the whole box, but by the time you get to cookie number 4, you're there.
It's damn near to the saltine challenge.
It's literally you bite it and it's like you're
Ice
dry
biscuits.
scooping pre-workout, just powder straight into the mouth.
Honorable mention for me. Do you guys remember the pink frosted animal crackers cookies?
Yes.
Oh my
The-
God.
Yes. Oh my God. The white and pink ones.
Yes,
So,
with the
like,
sprinkles.
Oh my. Yes. Those things. You get the big freaking tub of them too. Oh my. And they just become a melted mess by the time you get to the bottom. It's just oh.
I haven't seen them in so long.
They're probably for a good reason. They're probably entirely unhealthy. Like
Well, I
not
found
not a single thing.
My grocery store just started carrying Scooby snacks, the fruit snacks. They have the blue ones.
Oh my God. Yes.
They have like the light blue ones.
yes.
Unreal.
The-
They
oh
hold
my
up.
gosh.
They're still the same. Same.
I love
That
cookies.
blue flavor is the same.
Now, where's my
My
shark bites?
Shark bites?
I saw
Where's shark
wait.
bites?
the fruit
Wait,
like the
hang
fruit
on.
snacks.
Oh,
Shark
I think
bites?
potentially.
so-
Food.
yeah, that
Oh,
is the fruit snack. That is
Are you talking about the
snack.
fruit snack? Or are you talking about? Oh my God! Okay, these things. Holy throwback.
Wait, like the
All right,
like the
type in shark bites. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. Don't look up. Don't raw dog. Look up shark bites. on
Yeah, you
on
gotta
Google
make sure you
Images.
put
Food.
food.
Dude,
Make
food,
sure
come
you put
on.
Food.
There is a lack of limbs on my screen right now. I'm scarred for the night. That is it. It's a good thing I got the eating out of the way now.
Well, I mean,
Lord.
that what a place to end it on. Do you guys have anything else that you want to mention about cookies, about Rocket League, about RLCS, about any of the things that we've talked about so far?
Let's go power
Okay.
next weekend.
Yep. But with that, we'll wrap things up for today. That's a wrap. Huge shout out to Alyssa B and all of our other Patreon supporters for keeping the lights on. For those watching live on Twitch, listening later, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, share the show, tell a friend, give us a like to help level us up. Want to join our community but don't know how? Jump into our Discord or follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. If you want to rep the show, grab some gear, grab some stickers, grab any of the things that we sell, a jersey like the cool one that Quilli is wearing right now. They are found on our merch store, which is located on our website, along with all of our other social media links, and that is at boostoverball.com. Thank you all so much for listening, and as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball. See ya!